Hello? Are we live? I'm just seeing the chat. Sorry, guys. Sorry I'm late. That's why I got laid off, because I'm always late. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm going to try to change the screen here, and hopefully... Is there a way I can preview this? I don't want to show... I guess whatever's on each screen is fine. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to delete this. Ah, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine. Looks terrible, but I can fix it. Don't worry. What the... Hold on, everybody. What is going on here? Okay, let's just pretend like that didn't happen. Yo, yo. Let me figure this out real quick, guys. Maybe if I move this. Here, look at this. Look at this blank screen for a second. Whoa. Whoa. This is going to be really fun to watch for people in the future. That's great. All right. Let's see. Maybe this will work. Okay, that's better. Is it? Maybe it's not. Whoa, we're getting somewhere. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, that works. Well, we're going to live with that. What's up, everybody? Thank you for putting up with that. Hello. This live stream is primarily because I got nothing better to do. Because as the title, or as the thumbnail suggests, your boy is out of work. But I also wanted to come on here and just let you guys know, congrats. You're going to be seeing a lot more of me than you might have expected, especially if you watch the Lepanto video where he said that I'm doing Exodus 90 and therefore I'm not going to be making as many videos. It turns out I am going to be making many more videos than you've ever seen or wanted from me before. W unemployment. So true. Yeah, so basically what happened is I got laid off from my job last week, which isn't great, but there's already things in the work to potentially find a new job. Or maybe I'll just go full-time YouTube. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? Software developer, yes. One sec. Start our own company? I mean, sure. Although I do have a mortgage. So if we can start making money like really fast, that'd be great. So do you. All right. I respect it. I respect the risk taking. Is the stream coming through okay? I'm getting like a warning from YouTube that it's not good. Sweet. Am I really going full time on YouTube for the moment? Yeah. I'm basically, so I've been praying about this and I've said, okay, God, if you want me to do full time YouTube, then I'm gonna put everything into it currently. Um, and and if that takes off, then that's what you want me to do. If you want me to just get another regular job and keep doing YouTube the way I've been doing it, then make that happen and I'll do that. So I'm just seeing what happens. Mortgage equals sad. That's so true. They didn't say that when I was getting the mortgage. They didn't tell you. They're not like, hey, this is going to make you really sad, by the way. But it does make me very sad. Thank you, Christopher. Hallie. Any billionaires in here wanting to hire a self-starting Catholic YouTuber? Yeah, that would be great. I am. I'm good at many things. Software development. I've become better at video editing. Um, I talk. I don't know if I'm good at talking, but apparently people think so sometimes. So there's that. How long did it take you to start going full time, and when did I start? Well, it took me. Let's see. I've been doing this 8 months, and it really just took me getting laid off from my job. So that's the secret to going full time on YouTube. Everybody. Anyways, this isn't a boohoo session. Don't worry, I'm not going to cry about it or nothing. I've already done all my crying. Got all that out of my system. But now I'm going full speed on YouTube. I've set up a Discord server. If any of y'all want to join, that is in the description of this video. I also have upped my efforts towards membership perks. So I've created a new tier of memberships called Squad, SWS Squad. The names are ridiculous. They don't mean anything. I just thought it was funny. And then I am also, for squad level members, giving a lot of special perks. So check those out. One of those perks is you get a very special Sips with Sarah branded coaster, which I will mail to you for completely free. I even cover shipping. Some people have already gotten theirs and they really like them. So check that out if that's interesting to you. Buy Adrian lunch because he is jobless. Yes. Shayla, I thought I did join a Christian creators Discord of yours. Let me see. Maybe not. I remember us talking about this before. Maybe it was in the works and we never got around to it. Yeah, I don't see it on here, so I don't think I joined it. But I would be happy to join it. If they'll accept a dirty, no good Catholic in there. Any hoodie merch coming out? No, but we do have a shirt. No hoodie yet, but we have a shirt. The link to that is in the description as well. You have to use that link to buy it, otherwise I don't get a cut. But yeah. Oh yeah, it doesn't let you post links. Well, Shayla, I think you have my info to send it to me. What's up, Nova? Nova is awesome. God bless you as well. Eric says there's no Catholic good but God. Yes, that is true. That is factually true. Where did the name Sips with Sarah come from? You can actually find out if you go to a channel called Mr. Lepanto, and um, and you can watch his first video. I detail all of that there. Hello, Antonio. God bless you too. Question: If Catholic Church true, where are the cats? I've sent a request to the Vatican for clarification on that, and they haven't gotten back to me. So I don't know. I think they're hiding the cats. Everybody. Catholic Church. I think there's a Facebook page called Catholics, and they just post cat videos. But I'm like, it looks like their page is called Catholics. Gabriel says, "Hey Adrian, I'm a young Baptist thinking about converting to Catholicism. Very smart of you, sir. I've been studying Catholicism and Protestantism since 2024. That was last year. Do you have any suggestions?" Yeah, I think you should just do it. I don't know if you've already done this, but it's pretty easy. You just call up your local parish, whichever Catholic church is nearest to you, and say, "Hey, I want to become a Catholic." And then they'll tell you exactly what to do. They'll put you through RCIA, or now it's called OCIA, the Order of uh, Christian Initiation for Adults. And you'll go through a class probably until next Easter. I mean, every parish does it differently, but it might be too soon to get confirmed this Easter. And then you'll go and you'll join the Catholic Church. You'll study it for a year. They'll take you through the catechism. And then if after that you still want to become a Catholic, then you go ahead and receive baptism if you haven't already, and confirmation of Eucharist. I think that's the best thing you can do. I don't know if you've already done that or if that's helpful to you, but I think that's a great place to start. Would you marry a cat girl? Jimmy Aiken said it was permissible. It depends what you mean by cat girl. If you're talking about like a cringe e-girl who wears cat ears, no. But if you're talking about a girl who likes cats, I already married one of those. So yes, the answer is yes. The cats are in the friary or monastery where they belong. They just want to be alone anyways. I know many people that are Catholic and love cats. I'm Catholic, but I'm more of a pig person. Pigs are cute, man. I went to Japan and I got to hang out in a pig cafe. They were so cute. It made me not want to eat bacon anymore. That's how cute they were. But I still eat bacon. Sorry. You can go through OCIA even if you don't end up joining the church. Yeah, you can just go through it, learn about it, and be like, okay, this isn't for me, but I'm curious about it. But yeah, Joe says don't wait, and I think that's good advice. The Catechism of the Catholic Church makes understanding so easy. Yes, Catechism in a Year, the podcast by Father Mike Schmitz, is excellent and has helped and continues to help me learn more about the faith. I think that's a great option. I saw a meme where it was a cat wearing a crucifix and it said, "Oh, you're a Catholic? Name all the cats." Nice. Sorry, ladies. He's married. Yes. So sorry. Generically modified girl. Genetically modified girl. Oh, like no, I would not marry somebody who was genetically modified into a cat. I'm so sorry. I don't know if that's prejudiced of me or not, but I can't do that. What content are you planning on focusing on going forward? I'm planning to do a mix of current events because, like it or not, that gets all the views, and I think it does help. Um, it helps to draw people in and think about things that they wouldn't otherwise think about because it's just relevant at the moment, and they want to know more about what's going on with that topic. Um, and you can get into deeper things from there in that same video. So I think that's nice. Also, I'm going to be doing my plan is, at least, and things will probably change from week to week, but my plan is to do one video that is current events related per week, or like a reaction kind of a video. One video that's more of an explainer video on the Catholic faith, things that, maybe might be a common question that there's not a lot of resources out there already talking about. And then the third would just be like a live stream like this every week. That's my plan right now. So we'll see if that holds, or there might be things that cause certain weeks to be different, but that's the goal. Yeah. The reason I was late to this stream was because I was filming a video about Buddhism and why I am not a Buddhist. So I do want to, I like to look into different religions as well. And because I think a lot of Catholic content is geared towards refuting Protestantism and atheism secondarily, but there's also just other religions out there that people are following, and there's nothing geared towards them. So I want to do that. I felt fine doing it with Buddhism because I've been learning a lot about Buddhism recently, and in the past, I've learned a lot about Buddhism. And I have many people in my life who are Buddhists. So there's a general kind of exposure to it that makes me feel like I can comfortably reiterate what they believe. But I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that about other religions that I just don't know as much about, like Hinduism or whatever. Wait, you said your wife was a Taoist before, or am I mistaken? No, she was raised Buddhist. Bye, Antonio. God bless. Do I speak Spanish? Yes. Sí. Hablo español. And I do also speak a little bit of Vietnamese. Riz, what a journey. I saw you on TikTok as a Lutheran, now full-time on YouTube as a Catholic. I'm in OCIA now. That's awesome. Yeah, TikTok was a weird time. But it's really cool when I see people from back in those days, because that was like such a small group of people, I feel like, and the few that have stayed connected from there have been really cool. So thanks for being here, and congrats on being an OCIA now. That's awesome. Were you a Lutheran before as well? I could do Islam with you at the end of the semester, taking a class on it. Ooh, okay. I'm down. Can you pray a rosary in Vietnamese? I can pray a Hail Mary in Vietnamese, but not the entire rosary. I struggle with the other ones, like the Our Father and the Credo, the I Believe. Logan, thank you so much. Aw. Good luck on the job situation. I'll say a prayer for you and your wife. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Logan. You didn't have to do that. That's awesome. Thanks, Logan. Oh, Riss, you were non-denominational before. Okay. Yo, yo, what up, Jimmy J's, Johnny Jeebers? I've been struggling with trusting God when the news from every country says that there's going to be a World War III. Advices on this? Bro, there's been terrible situations in the past, and people have suffered greatly themselves. And they still maintained their faith in God, which helped them through that suffering, and also gave them hope, because they know that on the other side of this suffering, I'm going to be brought into eternity with the God that I love. So that's that's my advice, is like, just look at the Bible, the things that people went through in the Bible, and God was like, yeah, trust me, just, this is going to suck, but just hang in there. And then everything turned out to be okay, either because they died and went to be with God for eternity, or because their situation improved. So I would just say, just keep trusting God. I know it's hard, but you could also just pray to God, say, hey, God, I'm having a hard time trusting you. What do I do? I think a really good way to strengthen your trust in God is to, like Megan just suggested, Megan Nunez in the chat says, just keep praying. Yeah, just keep praying. Maintain a regular prayer life. I'd recommend praying the rosary frequently, if not every day. And that is always going to bring you comfort and will help deepen your relationship with God. Fritz says, I tried yoga for the first time in a while, but I hurt my neck. Probably for the best. Yeah. Let's not. Let's just not do yoga. I love seeing familiar peoples in the chats on other up and coming channels. Yeah. Hallie's in every Catholic live stream chat, so you can always count on her to be there. Anyway, alternative stretching routines are better. Yeah. I mean, I stretch every morning and I don't do yoga, so it is possible. Find joy in suffering. It's hard, but it's the key. Yep. Exactly. I think it was Saint Ignatius of Antioch who said, "Whoever is close to this, whoever is close to the sword is close to God," which is just an awesome, awesome quote. That's something you want to get tattooed. I mean, even the Bible says, um, "To live is Christ and to die is gain." So that's why whenever I hear about, oh, maybe a war is going to happen, I'll be like, okay, like I'm going to do what I can to protect those I love, but if it comes down to it and we're all going to die, then you know, to die is gain. Would you ever do react streams like you watching a video live? I've thought about it. Um, I think people, I think it'd be fun. I should try it. My hesitance comes because what people don't see in the edited videos that I put up is that the video's edited and there's many moments of me like just misspeaking or I'm like, I watch a video that's refuting Catholicism or trying to, and then I'm like, oh no, because this person in church history, very early in church history, believed this also, and then I want to go quote them, but I can't think of the quote off the top of my head or the person or something, so I have to go look it up. Those are the things you don't see when you watch the videos, but that's why I wouldn't want to do a live one, but maybe at some point. All right, sorry, I got to catch up with these. Agreed, it's hard, but suffering is a blessing in disguise. Yes, very true. What book are you reading now from your New Year's list? I am currently reading In the Words of the Buddha, or I'm listening to it actually, not reading it. I don't like when people say, I'm reading this book, and it turns out they're just listening to an audiobook of it, because that's not the same thing. I don't know if that bothers anybody else, but to me, that's like, you're not reading that book. You're quite literally not reading that book. You're listening to it. But anyways, that's the book currently, which I pulled from heavily to make my video that's coming out soon about Buddhism. So yeah, if you want to see that video first, you can become a member because members always get early access to videos. Otherwise, you can just watch it when it comes out. I'm so excited for you. I saw this, had to jump on and say hi. Hi, XJW Laura. God bless you. Hope you're doing well. Do you think that there is necessary suffering and unnecessary suffering? In a way, no, because obviously we know that God uses all evil for good. And if we consider suffering to be an evil, then we would have to acknowledge that God can use even seemingly unnecessary suffering for good. So I don't know, like if by unnecessary you mean nothing good can come out of it, then no, I think God can always use anything for good. Thank you, Riss. Thank you so much. God bless you too. Whoa. Were you always a Christian? No, around my mid-teens, I became an atheist, and I kind of flirted with New Age stuff and Eastern religions, but never really went fully in on those. I went from like flirting with New Age stuff to just going hardcore atheist. All religion is stupid. And then I came back to the faith about 8 years after that. Have you read Seeking Allah and Finding Jesus? Super good book. No, I haven't. Sounds interesting. All suffering is useful. Yes. I would love to die from spreading the gospel, right? Isn't that just like the dream? There was, I think Matt Fradd on Pints with Aquinas was talking about this a while back, and he was saying that it would almost be easier, or it seems like it would be easier if we were just being persecuted and the enemy was more clear. Because right now the enemy is really ourselves and technology, which makes it way too easy to fall into sins that otherwise you'd have to go out into the world to commit. So it'd almost be easier. Seems like it'd be easier if we were just like hiding in caves from the government and they were trying to kill us or something. Because then the enemy would be clear, and what we were supposed to do in the face of that would be clear. But right now, while it might be clear what to do, it's a lot harder. I don't want to say that it's harder than what other saints have gone through in the past, but it's just like much more pervasive than it has been. I hope some of that made sense. Do you mind sharing where your biggest amount of income is coming from as a YouTube creator? Is it Patreon or is it from YouTube? Right now, the biggest is from AdSense revenue. I'm trying to push for memberships. I do have a Patreon, but I just feel like it's probably not a good idea now that I have members. It's probably not a good idea to set up another platform for people to support on, unless I just don't provide any benefits for that, and just like let that be a source of support, but you don't get anything for it. But that doesn't sound good either. So I'm just sticking with memberships, trying to make that the primary source now. Well, discussing Islam is a good way to do that. That's true. That's true. Reading can be listening. I'm sorry, Hallie, we just disagree. If you love Christ, you will suffer. Yes. That is exactly what the Bible says. It's not that bad, especially if you have someone helping you to pull up quotes and correct mistakes. Yeah, that'd be nice if I had like somebody who's much smarter than me who can correct all my stupid things that I say. That'd be great. We had a YouTube about 3,000 subscribers. It was an extra Jehovah's Witness account, and we made about $200 a month. Easy without trying, but copyright got us, so we stopped monetizing. Ah, I see. Sips, I am so happy to see these brothers and sisters in your chats. Your channel is being blessed, brother. I'm excited for your future. Thank you, Nova. Yeah, it's really like, see, this is why I don't do live streams as much, because I just can't talk. But it's really heartwarming, all of the support that has happened, that has come out after letting everybody know that I got laid off. It's just, I really appreciate everybody's support. So thank you guys. Also, if you do stream, I'd love to backseat it and quote pull on some Thursday energy if you like. Getting pretty close to being a Baptist on pulling scripture. I'm down. We'll talk about that. Got to go to work. All right, XJW Laura. Why do you have to bring up your job right now? It's too soon. I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, have a good one, Laura. Yo, shots fired. I would argue the point of reading is to ingest the information. So audio, no, it accomplishes the same thing. I agree. I mean, maybe like you retain more of it if you see the words versus hearing them, because we can be doing something while we're listening and then you kind of lose track of what you're hearing. Maybe. But I'm not saying that they're not equally informative. Of course, they're equally informative, but also it's a much bigger commitment to sit down and read something, to like look at the letters and process it with your mind, and you can't do anything else while you're doing that, than it is to just listen to something and like wash the dishes or go for a walk or something. So I think my problem is that people say they're reading something because it sounds smarter to say you're reading something than it is to say you're listening to something. And they use that as a way to be like, yeah, I'm reading this book, look at me. But actually they're just listening. It's fine. Like you get the same information either way, but like you don't have to You don't have to say that you're reading it, you know? Any piece of advice for those of us thinking of making a content channel, something that I've been thinking about doing, but I can't stand the idea of losing my anonymity or dealing with trolls. Oh, that's easy. Just don't read comments. I look at comments sometimes and it's like people that are just so upset at something I've said. And I'm like, hmm, what would make them more mad if I try to argue with them or if I just ignored them? Probably if I just ignored them. So that's what I do. But other than that, I actually have a video. You could probably go back and find it on like my entire creative process. So if you want advice on like what software to use, what camera I use, what equipment, you can see all of that there. I'd like to make a podcast or a blog, maybe a YouTube channel, but I'm afraid that my ideas or opinions will be attacked since I'd like to help people to understand God in a better way. Advice is on it. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. Like, of course you're going to be attacked. Of course your opinions are going to be attacked. But so what? I say just do it. Because think of who might benefit from hearing what you have to say on that. The people that attack you, they're going to attack you anyways. You could say whatever, and people are going to be mad. But the people who maybe are very close to, converting to Catholicism or um, are very close to accepting Christianity, and it's what you write or what you put out there that pushes them over that edge, and they're like, oh, actually, because of the way this guy explained it, now I understand it, and I can comfortably convert. Like I don't feel any intellectual block anymore because of what I've read from this guy or what I've heard from this guy. So I think just do it. I'm a software developer also, and it's such a tough market right now. It is. Thank you, Max. My ADHD brain, the audio helps, but I have to lecture someone on it or at least go back and skim the actual book to truly retain it. Yeah, restating what you've listened to is really helpful. Probably have like over 100 hate comments, and it's never bothered me personally. They aren't going to give you death threats or bully you, in my experience so far. Yeah, same. Do you watch anime? I have. I don't. I don't regularly watch it, but there are a few animes that I really like. My favorite anime that I've ever watched is called Parasite, and it's spelled Parasyte. Um, a really good anime. There's some inappropriate parts to it, so I'm sorry in advance if you end up watching it. But um, for the most part, it's not like that. It's like yeah. Anyways, we can't all be like you, Adrian. Most of us aren't able to do some light Summa reading in Latin. You don't read the Summa in Latin? Dude, I read like all 4 books of it every day in Latin. Politics has been getting me hella riled up lately, TBH, so I've been fighting online again. Yeah, that's why for the time being, I've stopped consuming any political news content because it just doesn't help anything and it just makes you upset. And it's information that you don't really need. Like, what do I care what Nancy Pelosi said today that I'm supposed to be mad about? Like, why would I be mad about that? Who cares what she said? So just there's no point. Like, the knowledge you gain from it isn't beneficial, and you just end up with a net negative, and you lose time. I'm not a fan of pushing people over an edge. Well, trying to think of what I can say without getting in trouble. Do you think Lectio Divina channel will do well? Yes. Were you ever opposed to social media in general? Yeah, I have. By the way, I don't know why I need this. I'm not even listening to anything. I think there's good things about social media. So I don't think it needs to be like cut out of anyone's life permanently, but there are times when it's good to just stay away from it because if you get too attached to it and you're using social media for like several hours a day, it's going to make you a very unhappy person. But also, if you're isolated and maybe that's your only way to connect with family and friends, at least some of them that might live far away, then maybe it's a bad idea to just disconnect from those people entirely. Parasite is so good. Yes, it is. It's the first Friday of the month and devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, so I'm on my way to Eucharistic adoration. If anyone has any prayer requests, I'd be happy to pray for you. That's awesome. If you can read all 4 books a day, then everything is possible. Yep. It's just a quick read, the Summa in Latin. You know, sometimes I read it backwards and upside down just for an extra challenge, but even that is pretty simple. Sometimes I read it with my eyes closed for an extra challenge, but even then, it's like really easy. If I actually do end up making the channel, I'll tell you. Right now, I'm kind of preparing because it's not easy to go from a normal dude to a public persona. That is true. But if you feel like that's what you should do, then just pray about it. And if you have some strengths that lean in that direction, if you're a good public speaker or a good cinematographer, and you think that you can be a positive force in bringing people to Christ, then I think it's totally worth doing. All right, Gabby. Nova wants prayer for healing from anxiety and doubts. Thank you. I don't believe you told us what you're sipping on. I am sipping on black coffee. This is a medium roast from an unspecified brand of coffee because they are not sponsoring. But if any coffee companies do want to sponsor, I would love to do that. It would fit perfectly with this channel. So, yes. Gabby, also, Aud Chaldean, broke his or her ankle in 3 places. So, prayers for that to heal. Oh, it's a he. For his ankle to heal so he can provide for his wife and 3 kids. Is there any other kind of coffee than black? I usually put milk, but I decided not to today. I'm not necessarily good at talking, but God has helped me so much that I'd like to extend his blessings to others. I mean, sometimes that's just as good. If you have a genuinely good and interesting story and a pure heart, and you present that in a way that is humble, then people are drawn to that, sometimes more so than if you were a good speaker. I'm not going to stay because Exodus 90, but I wanted to come here to say congrats. Hope all goes well. Thanks, Chatachuman. Thanks, Brandon. Really appreciate that. There is a Catholic coffee company. I know. I know. I got to get in touch with those people. Easiest and most challenging discipline for you in Exodus 90 so far? Probably the fasting stuff is the hardest. That was actually one of the reasons I'm doing this live stream right now is to distract me from the fact that I'm really hungry. The easiest to me is I think I've gotten used to the cold showers. They don't really bother me anymore. Big W. Thanks, Romans. Romans music review. Big W to you too, sir or madam. Does your family watch your videos? That's funny. My wife has started to watch my videos, which makes me very uncomfortable. So there's that. But other than that, nobody else really watches them. My father-in-law was binge watching all of them he wanted to help me get more views, which I thought was really sweet. So there was that. But actually, one of my friends watches them. It's kind of embarrassing though. Well, if it isn't the catechumen, where the collab at? I know, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm always telling this guy. Posting your testimony or a Thanksgiving post does not have to equal full-time channel. True. What is the number one reason why you became Catholic? The Eucharist. The church or the early Christians always believed that the Eucharist was the true body and blood of Christ. So me going to a church that changed that teaching, if I can speak, just didn't sit right with me anymore. So I had to get out of there. All right. May Morse show. God bless you as well. Hope you have a great day. Fasting gets easier the more you do it, the more mental. It's mostly mental at a certain point. Yeah, and I used to be good at it. I used to not really care about fasting, but recently I've been trying to gain weight actually because I'm too scrawny, or I have been too scrawny, so I'm trying to gain weight. So I've been eating a lot more. I've been forcing myself to eat like a big bowl of protein oatmeal in the morning with a bunch of extra stuff on it. Um, so now fasting is like exponentially harder. Everyone should post their testimony. Not everyone needs a channel. That is true, Hallie. Yes. Just came back from taking. Okay, King. Thanks. Gabby says, for me too, Eucharistic adoration is what brought me back to the Catholic Church. Yeah. Yeah, the Eucharist is huge. That was what first set off the chain reaction for me. Then I was like, wait a minute. The early church also believed that baptism was not just some sort of a symbol. It was actually had salvific effects. Um, and then from there, I became a Lutheran because my family scared me out of becoming a Catholic. And then I was like, wait, Martin Luther changed the canon of Scripture? Yeah, I gotta just go become a Catholic. That just makes the most sense. Adoration is so beautiful. I've only been twice because my local parish doesn't do it often, but I really love it. Yeah, I agree. I went yesterday. It was really nice, much needed. How do you personally study and learn about the early church history? Um, there's books. I like to read the writings of the early church fathers. Like I talked about in my last video, I think it was the collection of writings from Saint Ignatius of Antioch. That's a great book. So I just read early church writings. Interesting, but what do you think made you open to investigating Catholicism and the Eucharist? Many don't even try to seek the truth. What was the catalyst? Well, the catalyst was, uh, I think I talked about this before, so I'll just give a summary. But the catalyst was a friend and I at church. I was going to a evangelical church. I don't need to give the name or call attention to them. But he and I were just interested at the time in the early church. We're just like, what did the Christians do? Like the very early Christians. That's like, I want to be like them. They're cool. And then, so like we were reading the book of Acts, for example, and just really interested in what everything was like back in that time. And so we read this book together called Theological Retrieval for Evangelicals, which is by Gavin Ortland. And he talks about some of the historic views on certain issues like the Eucharist and baptism. And he tries to make an argument that the current evangelical church is in line with the original Christians, which apparently, I don't remember the book very much, but apparently he didn't do a good job because I was like, wait a minute, what? So so really it was Gavin Ortland. Thank you, Gavin Ortland. Did you ever paint that Lucy sculpture? It's Luce, actually, but I have not. It's still blank. I'm planning on doing that still. My concern is that there's a lot of prep work that goes into it. I got to sand it down. I got to spray it with primer. And then I got to paint it live. My concern is that there's going to be people who are good at painting and I'm not good at painting. And they're going to yell at me. So just be nice to me. All right. Gabby wrote down the names, but she will keep us all in her prayers. Thank you, Gabby. The Eucharist for me as well, Nova says, brought me out of Protestantism. I became obsessed with wanting communion. So tried Anglicanism since they do it weekly. Then it wasn't long before I was in OCIA. Yeah. Nice. The Ethiopian Bible has 80 some books to their canon. Have you investigated that something? I have not. Because I believe in the infallibility of ecumenical councils, as the catechumen very valiantly defended in his debate with Redeemed Zoomer. And yeah. So if an ecumenical council, if several, localized and one church-wide council have all confirmed the same canon of Scripture, I'm going to say that's probably the correct canon of Scripture. Since you're unemployed now, thanks, King. I think it'd be nice if you could stream Minecraft while building churches, kind of like the catechumen does. I'm going to let that be his thing. Christian Minecraft server? If the catechumen starts a Minecraft server, I will absolutely join. Kevin out here converting people to Catholicism. Go let him know, Lepanto. Ask him if he's heard of Sips with Sarah. Do you ever watch Sam Shamoon streams? No, but I see a lot of his clips, and that guy is a beast. He's awesome. I would really hate to debate that guy. Redeemed Zoomer has one, and I could build a Eucharistic monstrance in the Catholic province. He has a Catholic province? That's awesome. That's so cool. Hey, you guys. None of you have joined the Discord server that is linked in the description of this video. I don't know why that is. That's kind of whack, but I'm hanging out in this server quite often, so. And if you're a channel member, you get access to hidden channels. And you also get access to the monthly hangout. See, Super Saiyan Scandinavian is in the Discord. Nova's in the Discord. Yeah, we're in the Discord, man. Somebody just joined. Who was it? Castelli and Astel. I don't know if I pronounced that right. But they're in the Discord. Welcome. Make sure if you're a channel member to connect your YouTube account to your Discord account, because then you will see, if you are a channel member, you'll see the hidden channels specifically for you. So check it out. More people are joining. Cindelis has joined. There's different provinces for different denominations, but I only have Bedrock, and RZ's server is Java. Ah, I see. That's an interesting idea. They should lead like maybe one. This is only in Minecraft, guys, okay? Like literally only in Minecraft. I'm not just saying in Minecraft to avoid being in trouble. But there should be like I don't know, maybe the Baptists can, I'm trying to be nice. Maybe the Baptists can go and like destroy the iconography in the Catholic churches or something, and then vice versa, and they can like have battles. I think that'd be fun. But maybe it wouldn't be conducive to ecumenism. Oh, we drove by his church when we went to lunch. Oh, no way. We should have stopped by. Where's Gavin? Bring him out. That's interesting. Eric, because I'm so terrible at reading. Eric Costelli is in the Discord. I mean, all these great people in here. Why wouldn't you want to be in there? What do you think is the strongest argument the atheists have? There's not much. Maybe divine hiddenness. Like, I don't even think that's a good argument because there's so many miracles that have been verified by scientists and things like that. So God's not really hidden because he's doing miracles still. I don't know. I really think atheism relies on ignorance of what is going on in the church now and in history. Because if you hear about some of these miracles and you actually like think about them objectively and think and you apply a consistent standard of evidence, it's really hard to not be convinced by them. I will be sure to ask my wife how on earth to do that. All right. I don't know what that's referring to. Oh, how to connect your Discord account to your YouTube account? Yeah. It's not that hard. You go to your Discord profile settings, and then there's a section that says connections. New Crusade dropping in Minecraft. Yes. I wish the world knew about Eucharistic miracles. Yeah, it really is just like a lack of information that keeps atheism alive, in my opinion. Sam Shamoon could beat me any day. He can just stare into my soul and I'll already know he's obliterated me. Yeah, that guy's scary. I'm really glad he's on our side because I mean, I just wouldn't be able to beat him. He's too smart. Even if he was wrong, he would win. Remember when you made a video of you going through the Catholic memes subreddit? What if you did that again? Oh, that is a good idea. Yeah, I'm down. I just didn't want, I don't want, well, maybe I do want to just use other people's content on subreddit that they can't copyright for my own content. But yeah, that was a fun video to make. And it was super like low effort. So not a bad idea. What was I going to say? Ryan, if you're watching, I think you have a meeting right now. I've been informed. More people are joining the Discord. Hallelujah is in the Discord. Now, any Discord that Hallelujah is in, I want to be in. So you guys should just join this Discord. Nice. Sorry, now I'm just reading the Discord and I'm not paying attention to the YouTube chat. What do you guys want to talk about? St. Faustina's Divine Mercy story helped me as well. I mean, a Polish nun receiving wisdom from Christ just a couple of years before World War II. Sparks in Poland. I mean, come on. Yeah, that's cool. I'm over here waiting for the video on Maccabees. Dude, don't bring that up. Oh, man. My wife asked me about that a couple nights ago. Because I was doing she was watching my video on the structure of the Catholic Church, and she was like, "Did you ever finish that playlist on the Deuterocanonical books?" And I'm like, "It's just the one Maccabees video, man. Maccabees is too long. It's gonna be an hour-long video." So I'm just hoping that everybody forgot about that, but now you had to bring it up, Lepanto. Yes, Hallie, if you leave the Discord, I'm gonna leave the Discord as well. I will hand over ownership of it to somebody else. I'll just delete it. Like, what's the point? I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. um, yeah. How much does AdSense pay? My wife says I need to make videos, but I fear failing at it. You only really fail if you stop making videos, though. Um, sorry, Discord chat. All right, I got to close this Discord because I'm just going to be staring at it the whole time. So if your AdSense doesn't pay a lot, I'll just say that. So I wouldn't go into it thinking this is going to be my sole source of income until you're hitting like 1 million views per video or something. If you're at like PewDiePie levels, then you will be living well off of AdSense. Otherwise, I wouldn't count on it. And it takes a while to get monetized as well. You have to have a certain number of hours. I think it's like 2,000 hours of watch time or something like that, and a certain number of subscribers. And then you get accepted for AdSense. But until then, it's going to feel like you're failing at it, but you just got to keep going. Just keep doing it. What's your take on Nick Fuentes and E. Michael Jones? I don't know who E. Michael Jones is, and I don't know much about Nick Fuentes except he has some cringe takes. Hallie, there is no way to fail. That's true. I don't like that people in politics say fringe stuff while saying they are Catholics. It made me cringe. Exactly. Yeah. I don't think Catholic channels or social media can even exist unless Hallelujah is joined to it. Law of nature. Yep, that is true. And if you find even the most obscure Catholic channel on YouTube, Hallie already knows who it is. Did I mention that we have this wonderful coaster? Glorious. I love this thing. Do you think that the language you use to pray or praise has an effect on it? A dude told me that his prayers have been better since he switched to Hebrew. I'm not sure. It doesn't. That doesn't strike me as true. Although I've heard that when priests use Latin in exorcisms, it can have more effect. But I think just pray in the language you speak is fine. I like to pray in Latin sometimes. Jimmy said yes about prayer language. Okay, forget everything I just said and listen to Jimmy Aiken. It depends on your faith in the language's power. Well, that makes sense. I like to pray in different languages just because Jimmy Aiken is who he's talking about. Just because it makes me think about the prayer more than if I'm just repeating it in a language I'm comfortable with. Like saying the Hail Mary in English 10 times, I start to kind of not really think about. I just start to space out and think about other stuff. But if I'm alternating between English, Latin, Spanish, Vietnamese, then it does keep me like more aware of what I'm doing. Yeah. If someone's a Catholic and they're just like swearing a bunch, I'm not saying that they're not legitimately a Catholic, but I'm just saying it's something that they probably shouldn't be okay with in themselves. And yeah, it denotes an inability to control one's speech, in my opinion. And I say that as somebody who does swear occasionally, and I try not to. Now you got to upload Latin spoken rosary videos. All right. Sure, sure. My pronunciation is so bad sometimes. Like the Pater Noster and is like really difficult. It's like Da nobis hodie, quotidianum. Like all those words are just so difficult. Swearing is not a big deal. Eh, like I've heard arguments. I've heard convincing arguments that it's not a big deal, and convincing arguments that it is a big deal. But I just think I I respect people. What am I trying to say? I hold people in a higher regard when they like. I don't want to sound pretentious, but I hold people in a higher regard. Like I think higher of people when they're able to use better words and not just like curse for no reason. Even Donald J. Trump has cut down on swearing. Come on, guys. Especially if you're using like the GD word, that you just got to stop that. That's not okay. I've been seeing some featuring FT, I don't know what that means, on YouTube leaning on political parties. I don't know, but all my childhood people in church always said neutral comments leaning on the teachings of Jesus, so I don't know. Yeah, it depends. If there's a political party that has core ideologies that are just blatantly against Catholicism or against Christianity, then yeah. Mad Rabbit, thank you. That is what I'm trusting on. That's why I'm not very stressed out about it. Jimmy J's Johnny Gibbers says, I struggle with the swearing. Yes, it's difficult, but I'm trying. That's good. Usually it's when I'm hangry. Father Carlos Martin said the S word, and I thought, if I wouldn't say it at church, why say it outside of church? That is true. I remember that episode too. I was like, whoa, I can't believe you said that. We are Roman because my ancestors got into politics. Okay. Yeah. If anyone speaks, they should do so as one who speaks the very words of God. That is very convicting. I did not know about that quote. That's, yeah, right. Especially if you're a Christian, right? Because to people who are not, you are a representation of what is Christianity. You are, what they think of you is what they're going to think of Jesus. So, very well put. I love seeing Capturing Christianity finally being more outspoken in his Catholic views. Yes, I might do a video on that soon. I also have stopped using the Lord's name as an expletive and no longer tolerate people using it around me. Yeah. Once you correct yourself and others, you realize how common blaspheming his name is. It really is. Like, I watch shows and I'm just like, why is that okay? The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Whoa. A father on YouTube, but is. Whoa. Thanks, Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump has made a super chat. Go buy yourself a Cokie Sody Pop. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're already a member, so you don't have to do that. you're already supporting regularly, so I appreciate that. And I think you said you got your coaster, right? Pretty sure you said you did. Yeah. Anyways, all right, everyone's arguing in the chat about swearing now. Don't you think that something changed in recent years? It feels like Christianity is on the rise. It definitely is. Can I share a link with you? If you get in the Discord, you can. I don't know if you're allowed to drop links in Discord actually, but you can DM me, I guess, somewhere. Is that really you, Mr. President? Yes, Donald John Trump is in the chat, everybody, and he's donated $4.99. I thought he had deeper pockets than that, but I'll take whatever he gives. I'm really grateful for it. So thank you, Donald John Trump, Mr. President, sir. For anyone who wants to post content, just start. Don't worry about failing. The Catholic content creator community is growing and it's full of great and helpful people. Yes, it is. Like Hallie, if you're a Catholic YouTube channel, Hallie's going to reach out to you and put you in touch with a lot of folks who can help you. They've helped me a lot. So, yeah. It makes me cringe big time when I'm watching a channel and they drop a JC or a GD. I know. That's a big problem I have with PewDiePie is he always be dropping those GDs. And I'm like, dude, come on. Who's the next popular YouTube channel you feel is on the way towards Catholicism? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I don't really watch a lot of people outside of Catholicism except for like PewDiePie, and that's about it. And Trump says, after the lawsuits, I've been struggling. Melania cut the credit cards. My fault. Still got this big red button in front of me, though. Yeah, I know. Times must be tough, Mr. President. I understand. You have a lot going on. Trump drinking White Monster and eating McDonald's is a true American patriot. Forgive me, but I don't know how to use Discord. Well, if you have Instagram, I'm on there too. If you want to shoot me a DM there, I'll keep an eye out. I mostly don't keep an eye out for like people I'm not currently following to DM me. It filters it out, so I'll have to like deliberately go check. Who did you say will help if someone's starting a YouTube channel? That would be Hallie. She will definitely find your channel, and she will if she likes you, if you're making good content and you're not saying nonsense, she will put you in contact with people that can help you. I suggested I had some desire to make Catholic videos, and that caused Hallie to miraculously spawn in response and tell me that she'd help me if I did. Yes, exactly. That is what will happen. You have to just say it 3 times. I want to make Catholic content. I want to make Catholic content. And then she'll pop up. She'll be like, I can help. Anna says, I'm from Mexico, so we are mostly Catholic. Awesome. God bless Mexico. Yo, just realized I got to get my weekly fillet of fish. Those are actually kind of good, man. And you can get a double-double too. Get 2 fish patties and 2 cheeses with the tartar sauce. It's delicious. People hate on the fillet of fish, but I think it's actually good. I have a feeling there are more young people in the Catholic churches than in Orthodox ones. What is your experience? I mean, I only have experience with the Catholic churches, but there are definitely a lot of young people coming into the Catholic Church. Especially like from what I see in OCIA, lots and lots of young people joining. Hallelujah, patron saint of YouTubers. Pray for us. Eduardo's here. Finally, Eduardo. I was going to end the stream earlier, but I was like, I got to wait till Eduardo comes on at least. So now we got to hang out for another hour because Eduardo's here. Eduardo is the oldest member of the channel, not as in age, but he has been a member of the channel for the longest amount of time. And for that reason, he is the best. You better. The doubles hit the spot. Yeah, those are very filling. The double fillet of fish. Seeker's Tavern. I want to make Catholic content. I want to make Catholic content. I want to make Catholic content. Oldest and latest member. I don't think Eduardo's the oldest member, like age-wise. But yeah, Eduardo's awesome. Viva Mexico. Viva Cristo Rey reminds me of um the Rosary March, the men's Rosary March that I went to a few weeks ago. Viva Cristo Rey, viva. Who's Hallie? Yeah, if you don't know who Hallie is, then I can't really help you, man. It's like one of those things, either you know or you don't know, and you'll find out though one day. Especially if you make Catholic content, you will find out who Hallie is. I wish there were more Catholic events in my area. I'm in South Kentucky, so you know. Sorry, you're cooked if you don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. How do you explain who Hallie is? Open live chats on any Catholic channel sometime. You shall find her. Yes, I think she might have left this one, but um, she maybe there's another Catholic live streaming right now, and she's over there. Although I think she can be in multiple places at the same time because she has that power. So yeah, I want to go to a Rosary March so bad. Yeah, it was awesome, and just meeting the people there. Like I made a really good friend there who I'm still in touch with to this day. Bilocation, that's what it is. Hallie has the power of bilocation. Doing more debates anytime soon. I will. I don't have any planned, and I will probably not have any planned for quite a while. What do you think of Breaking in the Habit? I've watched some of that channel, some of his stuff. Some of it's cool. I think there was one video that I didn't really agree with, but he seems like a cool dude. It was mainly young men in my RCIA as well. Only one poor woman who I think felt a bit left out. It's funny. There's actually a lot of women in OCIA at my parish, and young men as well, but also a lot of families coming in, young families. I made a Discord account, but apparently can't find you. I think I'm doing it wrong. No worries, man. Just click the link in the description. If you're on your phone, it should pop out to the Discord app automatically. Have you ever tried to interview Ferris, how to be a Christian? No, because he's not a real person. That's just an AI generated individual. Just watch a Pints live stream and you'll see her. Yes, Hallie will be in every Pints chat. I believe she'll also be in Reason and Theology chats and other popular Catholic channels. She's like the monkey from Toy Story looking at a bunch of Catholic streams at the same time. Yeah. Yes, he is. He's a How to be a Christian is an AI generated person. He's not real. You just can't convince me otherwise. Discord is for the youngs. I struggle too. Yeah, Discord is difficult. Don't say that about Ferris. He still has feelings. But are they real feelings or are they just AI generated feelings? That's what I need. Do I need P90? I think we all need it sometimes. He's reached sentience. I'm a neo boomer and use Discord occasionally. Y'all can figure it out. I have faith in y'all. Yeah, it's doable. I honestly didn't start a Discord server sooner because I thought it'd be too difficult. And then I kind of went through it and I was like, okay, I think I got this. And I was even able to connect like ping cord to it so that people get notifications when I'm going live and stuff like that. So I think, I was able to figure it out. I think you guys can do it. I'm 30 years old and I didn't have a lot of experience with Discord beforehand, so there's hope. Don't worry. Now I open Discord again. People are in there. Oh no, I got an alert. Unusual join activity detected. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Stop. Okay, stop joining the Discord server. I'm just kidding. But really, if you are a member of the YouTube channel, make sure to connect your YouTube account to your Discord account. I know there are some channel members in here who don't have their accounts connected, and they're missing out on some extra channels. Starting a server is another story, though. That's too ascended for my pea brain. Nah, you can do it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Discord is cancerous. I logged back into my old account for middle school to join. Very ashamed of those past chats. You know, um, yeah, I left a lot of Discord servers because, I mean, the biggest problem is that there's just so many like crazy active channels that where I'm getting notifications that I don't care about. So I had to leave a lot of those. Nicolo is in the Discord and he is boosting the server, which I really appreciate. That's awesome. Yeah, I got your link, Maymore's show. Ooh, Psalm 135 in Greek. Nice. Chad Nicola, yep. It's actually Nicolo. So I know, Mr. President, you have a lot going on, but his name is Nicolo. Yeah, Nova, I see you in the Discord and you don't have your YouTube account connected, man. You could do a set of videos of the apparitions of Mary in Mexico. There have been a bunch. That is a good idea. I love that psalm. It has brought me a lot of peace and happiness since I feel like I have God next to me when I listen to that video. Ooh, I'm going to definitely have to give that a listen then. Sandra joined the Discord. So yeah, maybe this live stream feels a little bit pointless or like aimless, but I really did come on here to talk about some stuff. But I mainly talked about it already. So the main thing was channel memberships. Got a lot of cool stuff going on with that. Monthly video chats directly. Made the Discord server. If you're a channel member, you get access to hidden Discord channels, and that is where we are going to be having our monthly chats. So if you don't know how to use Discord, maybe figure it out before the last week of February, because that's when our first video chat is going to be. You also get one of these if you become a member at the squad level or higher. And we have shirts if you guys want to buy merch. Links to all of that stuff is in the description. Really great way to support the channel, as this is now my full-time job. Friend from Newman Center last night was arguing against Fatima. Do you have any recommendations for looking into the apparition? I hear some people convert because of Fatima. Yeah, they I gotta find the video, but I think there's a video by 60 Minutes or something that talks to a woman who was healed after a visit to Fatima, and her doctors confirm everything. And they've actually done a lot of in-depth medical research into her, and it's been verified by her doctors. There's even like I think it's an approved miracle by the church. And I was trying to a while back get access to her medical documents, and they said that they might release them for the public But that was a long time ago, so I don't know if that happened yet. So I would just go on YouTube and look up Fatima healing miracle, and you'll find some good stuff on there. Now this live stream is good. Your community building video on Discord, and I gotta pay and show up on Discord. Yes. He was mainly relying on the fact that the sun's movement and appearance is different based on the person's testimony. Oh, I see. The miracle of the sun is what you're referring to. I guess. But have you ever I mean, they all attest that the same thing happened. The sun moved, which is quite incredible. And if you've ever been to an event with somebody, or with especially a large group of people, you're gonna find that the way you recount that story is different from the way they recount it. That's just normal. I still don't understand why you think a real person, Ferris Murdoch, who spoke at Frad's conference, is AI. How to Be Christian is a YouTube channel who refutes Protestantism. No, it's a great YouTube channel, and I think um, the AI model that goes by the name Ferris Murdoch is excellent. He does great work. But the truth is, the Ferris Murdoch that spoke at Matt Frad's conference was um, a graphic generation. It was a hologram. Like, have you seen the Tupac hologram? It was kind of like that. What happened to your old job? I got laid off, man. Man with the ham and the plan. That sounds like an Eminem, like an Eminem freestyle meme. Man with the plan. Man with the ham. I'll stop. Sorry. Tilma of Guadalupe was another miracle that drew me. Yes, that is quite undeniable. Like, scientists have studied that. There's no difference of stories on that, if that makes sense. Do you believe that God can punish us because as God is our Father, he can discipline us? But I'm open to hearing what you think or know. Yes, of course he can. One door closes, so another better one can open. May God bless your channel, that it can bear great fruit and glorify God all the more. Thank you. Yes, that is the hope. If I can, I mean, this is what I'm most passionate about, anyways. So, like, any job that I get, I'm going to do a good job because I want to keep the job. And um, that's how I'm supporting my family. So, obviously, I'm not going to just neglect any job that I have, but I'm going to be more excited about doing this always. Our Lady of Guadalupe is my background. Love when one of my Protestant friends picks up my phone and gets Mary pilled. Yeah, that's awesome. As any loving father would, our Father, of course, punishes and disciplines us. Yes. What is this about? Well, Yakov 9000, if that's how you pronounce it. This is about I got laid off from my job, and so now YouTube is my full-time job at the moment. So what that means is I found a great way to go full-time on YouTube. You just get laid off from your real job. What that also means is if you wanted to support the channel, you could do so by becoming a member, which you can do by clicking the link in the description. And you get a bunch of cool stuff for doing that, including one of these guys for free. And you also just get exponentially cooler if you do that. How is Trent Horn? I know you interviewed him a while back, similar to how one might expect from his videos. Yeah, Trent Horn, really cool dude. I think he's more chill than his videos might let on, because his videos, I think, make him to look obviously very smart, because he is very smart. But I think he's also got a really good sense of humor that might not come out in his videos. True, I became a member and then became president. See? That's the kind of stuff that could happen when you join the channel. Um, Thank you, Yakov. Don't feel pressure to join the channel. I'm just joking around here, but um, if you found benefit from the channel and you want to support it, that's a great way to do it. And I try really hard to make sure that people who are members feel they're actually getting something out of it. Like, they're not just, let me support this channel and then, you know, I won't get anything extra for it, but I just like the guy, so I'll support. I really don't want to do that to people. So I really, really try to provide value. In fact, I gave all of the early supporters of this channel a chance to receive one of these, even if they were, you know, at whatever level they were at, because I wanted them to realize, or, really feel that I appreciate them being members. And I'm always adding extra stuff, um, so that existing members don't, my worst fear is for somebody to become a member and then be like, this kind of sucks. This isn't worth it. So that's what I really try to not do. Please give a chance to a podcast named What God Is Not. Well, thank you for the super chat. And I have listened to that podcast. I think I remember liking it, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Donald Trump was talking about Trent Horn. Trent Horn's really cool. Very funny guy. And the interview that Donald Trump was referring to is an interview that only members can see the full version of. And I thought it was very good. It was, I was very nervous because I've watched him for years and he had a big part in my conversion to Catholicism. So, yeah. Alexander, that's very funny. Would you argue that anything bad that happens to us is punishment from God? No. YouTube helps people like me a lot. Bless you. God bless you. You too, man. I'm glad you've hopefully found some benefit from this channel. That is my goal. My goal is for existing current Catholics to learn about their faith more deeply, and maybe there's some things that they don't understand that they're being challenged on from other people, from Protestants or atheists. And then by watching my videos, hopefully people in that situation can better refute those challenges and also assure themselves that their faith is not unreasonable. I love that I'm just referred to as DJT. We'll never divulge my name on here, only for cool people in the Discord. Yeah, you got to join the Discord, or otherwise, like, you're kind of missing out. Make a video of why you're not Eastern Orthodox. That is a good idea. I will go ahead and do that at some point. I don't know when. But I actually just finished, before this stream, recording a video about why I'm not Buddhist, so keep an eye out for that. Is the stream okay, guys? My computer's kind of glitching out. Apostolic in nature, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Do you plan on making videos addressing Islam. It's not really on my radar. Just because I tend to get a lot of cues from my personal life about what I should make a video about. So, if somebody, like I have a lot of Protestants in my life, I have some agnostics, people who just are kind of ignorant of religion because they're uninterested in it. And then I have a lot of Buddhists in my life. So I make videos based on the people in my life. Like, if I could make a video and send it to this person, what would I say? That's kind of how I think of my videos. I don't have any Muslims in my life, so I don't. That's just not on my radar. God can use all suffering for sanctification, but I don't think God would cause it, rather just allow us to go through it to grow closer to Him. Yes, exactly. Bro's gonna make a bajillion dollars on this stream. Yes. It was lagging ever so slightly. Okay. A little laggy at times. All right. I'm trying to close other stuff that I have open here to make it smooth. Any big plans for Valentine's Day or a video going over St. Valentine? He seems like an interesting dude, but it's hard to tell sometimes what is truth versus legend. I hadn't thought about that. Um, my wife actually took me out for an early Valentine's Day date a while back. We went to um, a Brazilian steakhouse, which was very good. I've seen 4 ads since I started. Is that a lot? YouTube Premium users on top. Yeah, I had YouTube Premium for a while, and then I canceled it because I was like, I don't know. I'll just save the whatever it is, $17 a month or whatever. I started my reconversion to the One True Church around the same time you made this YouTube channel. You're an inspiration to young Catholics. Thank you. Oh, thank you, man. Brudaman, thank you. That's awesome. Congrats on coming back. And I'm glad that this channel has had some part in that. That makes me feel like this is all worth it. So thank you. Is there anything inherently sinful about eating cats or dogs? I would say no. I'm going to go ahead and say no. Or maybe, okay, let me think about this. So, anything inherently sinful about eating cats or dogs? I think as a human race, as a human species, we have been responsible for the current state of dogs or for the existence of dogs at all. So it does feel like a betrayal for us to create this thing to be our friend, to breed it in such a way that is kind to us, and then to turn around and repay its kindness and loyalty by eating it. That feels wrong. And I guess the same goes for cats. I'm not really sure how cats got domesticated, but I assume it's pretty similar to how dogs did. Um, so just off the top of my head, it seems like I don't know if it's sinful, but it feels wrong because as a human species, we created this thing, and it was an exchange that we made for protection and a consistent source of food. I will, as a human, give that to you, dog, and in exchange for that, you will protect this house and be super cute, or just be super cute without protecting anything because some of them are really small. And you will be my companion in exchange for this consistent food. It just feels like a betrayal of that agreement. Jimmy Aiken says no. Okay, forget everything I just said. It's not sinful. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Eric says he's just kidding. Jimmy Aiken didn't say that. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Sorry, Fido, dad's hungry. I mean, if you're in a desperate situation and your family is like starving to death, I think you have an obligation to feed them, even if that means, uh, even if that means a tough conversation with Fido. So then pigs and cows? Yeah, pigs and cows. I mean, we don't have an agreement with them. We just specifically breed them um for food. But if you take like a really cute pig and if you take a really cute pig from like whatever a species of pig that has been bred to be kept as a pet, and then you eat that, that feels kind of mean. But I don't know if it's a sin. Like I don't know. I don't think so. But people do eat horses and camels pretty regularly. That's true. I was in Japan and they had horse sashimi. I didn't try it, but it did look kind of good. I can't lie. The stream magically stopped lagging with when Hallie returned. I'm telling you, man. I don't know why it's lagging. I closed a bunch of stuff. Maybe I'll close Discord. Sorry, Discord. That would be so difficult to eat a dog, even if I was starving to death. Yeah, it would be really sad. And it's fine if you want to make that decision for yourself to starve to death rather than eat your dog. But you do not get to make that decision for your family. You have an obligation to sustain your family. What about like a Donner party situation, assuming the person is dead already? Bro, I don't know, man. Why are you asking me these questions? Name your pet pig Bacon. Yes. Do you enjoy the TLM? I do. I don't exclusively go to it, but I do sometimes go to it, and I do enjoy it. Hallie, is it true that you're able to listen to more than one Catholic stream at once? Yes. Not sure if cuteness is an overarching factor for some dogs. Some are just little balls of ugliness and bad tempers. Yes, I'm calling the Chihuahuas out. Yes, Chihuahuas should be called out. Um, if you have multiple dogs and you're starving to death, the Chihuahua has to go first. I know it's not a lot of food, but because of the evil of Chihuahuas, they must go first. Oh wow. The survivors of the Andes plane crash had to be told by the Pope many times that they were okay and forgiven, but whether it was inherently sinful to begin with, uh yeah. Executive order, no more chihuahuas. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Mr. President. My Chinese husband told me that when he arrived here 30 years ago, his Chinese friends brought cans of dog food, thinking it was dog meat. Oh, that's funny. Interesting. Yeah, because there's a picture of a dog on the can, so you would think this is dog, especially if you don't speak the language. That's funny. Actually, my grandparents, when they came here from Argentina, they didn't speak any English and they didn't have a lot of money. So when they went to the store to buy food, the like cans of dog food was the cheapest thing. So they were like, "Oh, great! There's some really cheap food here. Let's buy that." And then they ate it for several months. Just ate canned dog food, and they would cook it in a pan. Um, maybe they like put some stuff in it to make it super good. But one of their friends came over to eat dinner with them, and they made dog food, and he was like, "Why are you eating this? This isn't for humans. This is for dogs." And they were like, "What?" They had no idea. Any stance on Bigfoot? Um, I don't know. I don't really care if Bigfoot exists. Do animals actually go to heaven? I think Jimmy Akin has spoken on that. There's really no official church teaching on that. They had all the new options in America and they still chose dog. Maybe they know something we don't. They're like, it's just really good. Dog food equals cheap protein gains. I know. I mean, now that I'm unemployed, maybe I'll consider switching over to dog food. I mean, now that I'm YouTube full time, I'll consider switching over to dog food. Jimmy Aiken says he has answered everything, like all of the weirdest questions you could ask, which I really appreciate about him. And only he is qualified to do that because he's just a genius. I heard dog meat is pretty good. I've heard that too. Go for cat food. They only like the high class stuff. That's true. Yo me imagino que al llegar al cielo veré a todos mis perros en el aro, arcoiris. I think you're saying, I imagine that when I arrive in heaven, I will see all of my pets, all of my dogs. I would like to imagine that too. I hope that's true. Look up the guy from 4chan that was on a gorilla feed diet. Whoa, also did gorilla style exercises. Literally ended up like a muscular gorilla. Dude, I need to download that workout routine right now. Do you trust Jimmy Aiken? Yes, I do. Scientific name is gorilla based. I love how Jimmy Aiken randomly posted a video of him making a keto pizza. Yeah, he's a special dude. Plenty of verses that support a heavenly place for animals. Okay, good. I really hope that is true. Anna, thank you for making me practice my Spanish just now. That was perfect. I needed that. Everybody, you can only type in the chat in Spanish. Go. I think a lot of people just joined the Discord server and it freaked out Discord, so they thought we were getting spammed or something. Jimmy is a national treasure. Yes. Father Mike did a good video about would my pet be in heaven? Kind of like the final idea of if you want your pet, cool. But if you need your pet, then heaven may not be for you at the moment. I mean, yeah. Cuenta si uso un traductor. No uso un traductor. That's difficult to say. ¿Has pensado en hacer videos en español? No, porque mi español no es muy bien, no está muy bien ahora. Por eso tengo que estudiar más y probablemente si quiero hacer videos en español, voy a crear un canal nuevo. Y también para vietnamita, porque quiero hacer videos en vietnamita también. I don't even know if I said all that right. Are you anti-feminism? Yes. Solo falta un poco de práctica, ¿sí? Yeah. I actually have a tutor that I meet with every week to practice, which has been really helpful. Based. My laptop is just not happy with me right now. Un shot de tequila antes de grabar y ya. Yeah. Exactamente, hermano. Okay, what is going on with my laptop? That's how I speak Spanish. I'm the most gringo YouTube boy to ever exist. Gringo white boy. I see YT and I think YouTube. Is your Vietnamese better than your Spanish? I think they're starting to equal out, but I think my Vietnamese is still a little bit better than my Spanish. Your PC is not used to you speaking Spanish. Yeah, it's trying to process. I love Argentine Spanish. It's so interesting. Me too. I think it's beautiful. I'm trying to learn it the Argentine way because just to carry on the tradition. I know it'll make communication probably more difficult in the meantime, but yeah, that's what you get for buying a 10 is that $10,000 PC? For shame, Mr. Argentina. I know my family was not happy about that. Speaking to our Argentinian in like an hour for my Spanish class, we have to have conversations with native speakers. Very nervous, lol. I don't know if they are known for being quick speakers. Yeah, they speak fast and they also speak in a way that like doesn't make sense. So like instead of like double L's in Spanish, you know you pronounce them like a Y, like tortilla, but Argentinians say tortilla. Depending if they're from Buenos Aires, then they say tortilla. If they're from Mendoza, they might say tortilla, like more of a J. Um, so you know, good luck. They have other stuff as well that just makes the way they speak Spanish just kind of strange. Tony, what's up? Thanks, man. So I'm not trying to bash my friend while saying this, but he said I'm a sinner because I dye my hair. That's just not true. But to be fair, I did have purple hair a few months ago. But what do you think or no? Um, I'm not aware of any teaching of the church that says it's a sin to dye your hair. I think it might be, I think you're sending a certain message when you dye your hair purple that you might not want to send to people. But unless Jimmy Akin has said otherwise. All right, Jimmy Akin says purple hair is a mortal sin, so sorry. Yo soy ecuatoriana y dominicana, yo entendí todo. Ja, ja, ja. Nice. As a Costa Rican, I can say that I understand you. That's better than most speakers. Keep the motivation, man. Thanks, man. Argentinian Spanish is very beautiful. It's more flowery. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, my grandparents on my dad's side are from Argentina. Okay. Well, Luce has blue hair. Okay, well then it can't be a sin if Luce has blue hair. Come on now. Argentinian food is delicious. Yes, it is the best food. Chimichurri. I make the best chimichurri that I've ever had. And I've had a lot of chimichurri. Besides the awesome Catholic Answers guys, who are some of your other favorite Catholic apologists or creators? Ooh, I really like Matt Fradd. I think his podcast, Pints with Aquinas, has had a huge role in my conversion and in the deepening of my faith just because of some of the guests he has on. And even Matt Fradd's approach to spirituality, I think, is really helpful because he's very humble and he's always acknowledging his faults. And I just think that's important. I get some good practice with the Spanish parish near me. Nice. Yeah, I should go to a Spanish mass. There's a lot of them. Actually, the parish I go to has a Spanish mass. Vanity for purple hair? I don't know. Maybe. She's an anime girl. Most of those are born with blue hair. Yeah, that's true. I don't think dyeing hair is ever a sin, but you don't want people thinking you're a part of the LMNOP folk. Then you may want to stick to natural hair. Yeah. You should learn German so we could have Oktoberfest sips with Sarah Special. I mean, I could just drink a beer. I don't really need to learn German. ¿Vas a enseñar tus hijos a hablar español? Sí. Voy a enseñar mis hijos en el futuro a, a hablar español. Pero quiero que mis hijos en el futuro hablan como los argentinos. See, I can't even talk. Luce goes to confession regularly. That is true. That's just a fact. All right, Nova, thanks for hanging out, man. You've been here a long time. And thank you for being a member. That's really, really helpful. So appreciate it. Thanks to you all talking about food. So say goodnight to the fat guy. I won't say that, but I will say thank you for being here. If Sips with Sarah had an official drink to sip from, what would it be? It would have to be coffee. All right, Mr. President, go get your fillet of fish and enjoy. Make sure it's a double, though. Be safe, Mr. President. Yes. Yeah, if it was a specific beverage, it would have to be coffee because that's just what I'm always drinking in every video. Did you ever paint the luce? No. I have it right here. And I'm still planning on doing that. It's just going to be a little bit of work that needs to happen before I can get to the painting part. I got to sand it and spray it down with primer. One of my friends moved to St. Louis and is having a hard time integrating to English Mass. I don't know if there's a Spanish-speaking church there. There has to be. I mean, I don't know about St. Louis, maybe not. But I would think Spanish-speaking Mass, like Spanish Mass has to be pretty common in the US. Necesitas carne asada argentina para poder hablar bien. Sí. That is true. She went to Mass and was answering in Spanish. They thought she was speaking in tongues. The Holy Spirit took over. Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah, I really want to go to a Spanish Mass. I want to check out I've actually been to a couple of Vietnamese Masses when I was in Vietnam. Those were cool. Yeah. Knowles goes for the Great Value coffee. Is that your brand as well? Or do you prefer a higher coffee caliber? I can get by on, I'm not a snob. I can get by on the Great Value coffee. Um, or for a while I was buying like those big tubs of McDonald's coffee just because they're cheap and they're actually pretty good. And I think it's like $13 for a giant tub, which is like the price of a tiny bag of Starbucks coffee. So why not? But lately I've been getting Pete's Coffee. They have some good stuff. And it's not too expensive. I'm unfortunately a coffee snob. My parents raised me to be one. Yeah, my kids will probably be coffee snobs as well, if I'm being honest. But you know, coffee's at some point coffee's coffee. Like as long as you're not getting just awful garbage coffee, there's some brands out there that are not great. that I will not touch. But I don't want to be mean and say them. But yeah, if I were to send you a Costa Rican coffee, oh, dude, I love Costa Rican coffee. In fact, this coffee that I'm drinking is a Costa Rican coffee. And I ran out. I went to Costa Rica, and the coffee there changed my life, quite literally. So I think Costa Rica has the best coffee in the world. Better than Brazil. It's not even close. But as far as gifts, I just don't want to give my address out. I was thinking about setting up a PO box, but it's not free. So I don't know. Maybe once things get more economically stable with the channel, then I will set up a PO box, and it'll kind of be covered by whatever I'm making from YouTube and memberships and things like that. But until then, I do not want to give my address out to people on the internet. It's not a good thing to do. But I appreciate that you want to send me Costa Rican coffee. That's like the sweetest thing ever. I love Costa Rican coffee. Yay, more Sips with Sarah content. Yeah, unemployment will do that. Which brand? This is the Pete's Coffee Costa Rica one. It's good, but it doesn't taste quite like the Costa Rican coffee I had over there. I haven't been able to find exactly the same thing here as what I had over there, but it's close enough. Ground coffee is allowed to have certain amount of ground up bugs in it. Ooh. Extra protein, dude. I'm trying to get those gains. I've heard Portugal has the best. I've never tried it, so maybe. But so far, Costa Rica has the best, from what I've tried. Have a friend who goes on Spanish retreats and says they are pretty uplifting, but apparently the food is always too messy, like enchiladas, mole, menudo for him, so his stomach hurts. Ooh, that sounds amazing. That's like the best food. Use a friend's address across town, but don't tell them. That'd be great. Come on, man. A little doxing hasn't hurt anybody. Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll give you guys my address. No. Just wanted to say thanks for your educational and entertaining content. You're an awesome human being. Love seeing you defend our faith. And as a fellow believer of Christ, God bless you, brother. Thank you so much. Your username is harsh, but that was not harsh at all. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Thanks for helping me with the question. Anytime. Thanks, chat. Yeah. Good job, chat. He's usually pretty good on that stuff, but I guess it's just the amount they put on and the seasoning with it, plus retreats are kind of... Oh, I see. Yeah. What else do you guys want to talk about? Aside from your own person vocal prayer, what's your favorite Catholic prayer? I don't know what that means, but I really like the Rosary. I don't know if that's what you were hoping for, but I like the Rosary. I like the Jesus prayer. I pray the Jesus prayer sometimes. Like if I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't go back to sleep, I just pray the Jesus prayer. There's just so many good prayers out there. I don't know, but those are my go-tos. What do you think of the Orthodox? I think they're pretty cool. They're usually pretty based, but I do wish that we were all back together in one church. Make your address a high value subscription only tier. Yes, for $1,000 a month, you can have my address. If you were to ask God for a drink that you'll drink for eternity in heaven, which drink will you choose? Honestly, I feel like I'm supposed to say mate because of my Argentinian heritage, but Costa Rican coffee, I'd probably choose that, to be honest. Evan, thank you for your prayers. I appreciate that. Oh, personal. Okay. Yeah. I really like the Divine Mercy Chaplet as well. I don't pray it very often though, but when I do, I'm like, this is nice. I should pray it more often. That priest that got attacked, crazy. What would you have done? I didn't hear about a priest getting attacked. I haven't really been online much lately. Um, what happened? Why did he get attacked? Who attacked him? What was the situation? If you could go on any two pilgrimages, cost not being a factor, what and where would they be? I really want to go to Rome, and I might be going to Rome sometime in the near future. Um, Cost is a huge factor because Rome is quite expensive. Rome and another one, I don't know. Rome is just like such a big deal. That's the only one I've thought of really. I also do want to go to Argentina and see um, the Eucharist there that turned into flesh. That actually Pope Francis had a part in investigating. He was the bishop in the area at the time, so that would be really cool. I also want to see some of the saints who have passed away but are not decomposing. Just go and see their bodies. That'd be awesome. You're going to be fine. A year ago, I was in your position before quitting. I asked God for a sign and he gave it to me. I felt lost, but God got me and everything worked out. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about it anymore. For a time, for like the first couple of days, I was a little panicked, but I'm kind of at peace now. I know whatever is going to happen, God's going to make it happen. And it's funny, actually, a while back, in my head, had the thought, it'd be really cool to do YouTube full time, but I wouldn't really ever feel comfortable making that jump of like, okay, I'm going to quit my job and now YouTube is going to be full time, even if YouTube was was doing very well. So I was like, if I lost my job, I would kind of take that as a sign that God wants me to do this full time. So I'm not sure if that's what this is, but if it is, then so be it. If it's not, then so be it. Do you think there are sports in heaven? If there is, it's soccer. Some random crazy person just ran up to the altar swinging at him. Yikes. Yeah, I've wondered, and I've also seen a lot of videos of people like harassing Catholics in churches and going and like, you know, I don't know, stealing things from the church in front of everybody, and everybody's just sitting there, and I'm like, I know violence isn't the answer, but shouldn't you do something like restrain him, call the police, something? But everyone just kind of sits there like they don't know what to do. I mean, I understand. I'd be in shock, but at some point you got to be like, okay, we got to do something about this. Like, go restrain that guy. If the Catholic and Orthodox churches switched aesthetics, would you switch them? For example, a Catholic bishop dressed like an Orthodox bishop and vice versa. No, I wouldn't switch based on aesthetics. I think the reason to be Catholic is not merely because of the aesthetics, though they are fire, as the kids say. But I think the primary reason is just because it's true. So even if Catholicism switched aesthetics with some other branch of Christianity, I would have to remain a Catholic. Get a PO box. It's not cheap, man. I think it's like $30 a month. I'm I haven't always been frugal, but lately I'm very frugal, especially now. So I don't want to spend that per month just to have like one person send me something every once in a while. Would be awesome to go to Lisieux and see Saint Therese. Yeah, touch a rosary to the reliquary and of her and her parents. That would be awesome. Okay, I like that answer. I'm gonna go with that. How do you feel about Novus Ordo masses? I go to one because all the more traditional ones are like 45 minutes to an hour away. The Novus Ordo, if done correctly, can be very beautiful. So where I go is a more reverent Novus Ordo. I wish they were all like that, but it's not. It's just not the case, sadly. But if you can find a reverent Novus Ordo, then I think that's very beautiful. Can be just as beautiful as the Latin Mass. If someone attacked my priest, I'm sorry, but I'll be an instrument of the wrath of God. I love my priest. I love my priest too. But I wouldn't resort to violence unless it was like absolutely necessary to protect the priest or others. Could also be a liability thing if the guy got hurt during the scuffle. I wouldn't put it past him to sue the church. Yeah, that's true. I meant how the church is looked and not doctrines. Yeah, no, if it's just a looks thing, I'm not going to leave the church because of looks. Do you think that the churches will unite as one? I'd like to see that. I have friends that aren't Catholic, and I'd like to enjoy Mass together. I think there's hope. I will be right back. One sec. Okay, what'd I miss? Yeah, I think there's hope. I think it's easy at times to feel hopeless that maybe there will never be a reunification of all of the branches of Christianity. Maybe it's naive of me, but I actually am very hopeful that that will happen, and it could happen in our lifetime, I think. And if I even have 0.00001% of an impact on that, that's my dream. So yeah. Could you interview Markham? I have no idea who Markham is, and I don't know who Blippy is either. So at the moment, no, I cannot. I meant switch how the Catholic Church looked. Well, I wouldn't want to. I like how the Catholic Church looks now. I like how Catholic churches look now, especially I like the way the one I go to looks. I don't really feel a need to switch it. Adrian was summoned outside. The Sips with Sarah signal was on. Yes. I was hoping he'd say, hold on, so I could say, to what? Very funny. I love Novus Ordo. It's a very nice Mass. Yeah, sometimes, like for a while, I was only going to, not because of any like preference really, just because the time worked out. I was going to a Latin Mass every week. And I did that for a month or two, and I was like, I actually kind of miss the Novus Ordo. Then I went back to the Novus Ordo, and I was like, this is nice. They're both nice, but sometimes I start to miss one when I go to the other one more often. What the heck is Blippy? I have no idea. I have the same question. Should I Google it? I'm kind of scared. Do I need to put on my VPN for this? Is the live still going, guys? Are we still here? Are we glitching out? Okay. I think I need to switch this. All right. It's weird. YouTube says I have an excellent connection, but then the live stream is just dead. So I don't know what's going on. So let me know in the chat. Are we still alive? Is this good? The screen kind of froze for me. Maybe I'll refresh. Maybe the chat's going and I'm just not seeing it. Oh, it's still going. Okay. I was just sitting here like, what's happening? Whoa. Ant. What is going on? All right. Hold on. I had to refresh. Here we go. Adrian was summoned outside. We talked about that. I'm not going to lie. I find reverent Novus Ordo to be a bit condescending, as it implies a Novus Ordo can never be good on its own terms and must always be compared to a TLM in some fashion to be valid. I get what people say on it, but it's still quite hurtful to those of us who are spiritually nourished through it. No, yeah, and I don't mean that when I say reverent Novus Ordo. I just mean, for me, I prefer the style of a Novus Ordo that is more traditional, I guess, like doesn't use modern instruments like guitars, and that's what I mean. But every mass is just as valid as any other mass. It's not as though like the Eucharist you receive in a very modern Novus Ordo mass is less valid or something. That's not true at all. They're all equally valid. It really is just preference on my part. I think I really like more traditional style Novus Ordo masses. Blippi is no bueno. My kids aren't allowed to watch him. Oh, okay. I think I do know who that is. I think like Ben Shapiro or maybe Matt Walsh talked about him in the past. How does it feel to be a superhero that had to stop the stream for a second? You know, I had to go out there. I had to deliver justice. It only took me a couple seconds. Everything is fine now, so don't worry. But it had to be done. And thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. That's awesome. We just talked about being frugal, and then you were like, yeah, I need to work on that. And here you are gifting memberships. I don't think that's how you do that, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I don't even know how gifting memberships works, to be honest. I wish all Novus Ordos were reverent Novus Ordos. I don't think TLM is necessarily the answer, just making Novus Ordo more reverent. Yeah. Ants the Based. Jimmy J's Johnny Gibbers says still here. Thank you. My screen is glitched. That's unfortunate. If you live near Mexico, maybe you could try having a talk with the fathers here. I see a few different points of view, i.e., we love the Pope. By the way, W Argentina. Yes. Well, W Mexico as well. Okay. Yeah. I love the Pope as well. I think he's awesome. And I think he's doing a much better job than many people realize because they only hear the bad news that comes out or the misquotes, misinterpretations that come out from, media companies that we obviously, in other cases, don't consider credible. But when they talk about the Pope, then we take what they have to say about him seriously for some reason. I broke the stream with the gift. I think you did. I really think you did. Whoa. Have you done anything neat with the recent AI softwares and programs? I've seen some cool stuff from creators who aren't on the AI is demonic and or is ruining people spectrums. Yeah, I mean, I use AI a lot for research because it just helps me find things a lot faster. So, even if you Google stuff now, it's done, it has an AI response there for you. So if I'm looking up like, hey, what are some early church father quotes about the Eucharist or something, it pops up a bunch of answers for me really fast. And Obviously, you have to go and confirm each of them, and you don't want to just like cherry pick quotes from church fathers. So you want to make sure that you do your due diligence after getting those quotes from the AI. But it's a good place to start. Like, it really cuts down on the amount of time that you would have to do, the amount of time you'd have to commit to like search everything. But I do worry about like, what is this going to do to us eventually? If I could just pull everything up via AI and I don't have to think as much on my own, is that going to make me stupider? I hope not. Alive, yes. Live, maybe. I was going to message you on Discord and let you know, but remembered you closed Discord. Yeah, I have it on my phone, so I would still see it. Tyrannosaurus Zeppelin, God bless you as well. Thank you. Congratulations on going full-time on YouTube. Hope to join you soon. Timothy, all you have to do is get laid off from your job. It's very easy, actually. Greetings from Indonesia. Ooh, I was in Indonesia for my honeymoon. I was in Bali. I looked up Blippy. He is the word slop in the most literal sense. Yeah, that's what I remember from what I saw of Blippy in the past. A bunch of random Dragon Ball clips started in my feed and found out DB is actually quite popular in South America. Any idea on why that may be? Just find it neat. I have no idea. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z. I just don't. So I have no idea why it would be more popular in South America. AI wasted tons of water to cool the super computers and is also unreliable. It can be very unreliable. I was using ChatGPT for a while, and I would ask it for quotes, and then it would give me a quote, and I would say, "Where is this quote from?" And it would say, like for example, it would say, "Well, Saint Augustine said this about the Eucharist," and I would say, "Okay, where did he say that? Like what book or whatever? Where can I find it?" And then it would say, "Well, this isn't a direct quote from Saint Augustine. It's more of a summary of his beliefs." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I don't want that. I didn't ask for a summary. I want direct quotes, reliable quotes." But Grok doesn't seem to have that problem. And $10, thank you so much, man. I think we just had a conversation about how you need to be more frugal. I don't think this is how you do it, man. I think you gotta reevaluate your strategy. But I appreciate it. Thank you. You don't have to worry about being more stupid. You read the Summa upside down and backwards in Latin daily. That's true. That is true. When you're a dad, you'll know Blippy. And when you're a Catholic dad, you'll know Markham. Nice. I hope I don't know Blippy. I hope Markham is what I go to. He has an extremely sus past. Interesting. Bro, I'm too poor to even try to get laid off. That's funny. Yeah, don't feel pressured to send super chats or anything, guys. Really, if you have the ability, then supporting the channel by becoming a member is probably the best thing you can do, and you get the most perks out of that, because I have a lot of perks for members, especially if you're at the squad level, including a free Sips with Sarah branded coaster, which many people are already enjoying and already are resting their coffee on as we speak. But if you, I mean, that's just like, you're able to, it's not going to hurt you economically. You enjoy the channel, and then you can then support, but don't feel pressured. Never. May Moore's show asks, how did you find your wife? I mean, that finding a woman that matches, it's hard because there are a lot of wonderful women, but not all of them might agree with you. Well, interestingly, my wife and I did agree with each other when I met her, because we were both basically agnostics, basically just kind of oblivious to religion altogether. And so that worked out well for both of us because we both had the same idea about religion. Then I converted to Christianity and she did not. And that was interesting. That was difficult. So that was the case for several years. But now she is actually in the process of OCIA, and she will be getting confirmed, baptized, confirmed in Eucharist this Easter. So praise God for that. And actually, when we got married, which I see SJ asked, did you get married recently? It was a couple years ago, three years ago. When we got married, I was actually a Lutheran. And then only recently have become a Catholic. So it's been quite a journey. I only give money to people that hold signs or pass baskets. uh, I mean, I can hold up a sign. Does this count? If I write please money on the bottom, would that count? Anyways. Me no money. He's forcing himself into frugality. That's true. Charity can be considered frugal, maybe. I mean, if you can afford it, man, I really appreciate it. But yeah. How many pages is in the Summa Theologia book? I mean, I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like a lot because I read it every day, upside down and backwards in Latin. But I may be a lot for other people, but for me, it's not a lot. Got to be careful with AI citations. Sometimes in the accounting world, a tax preparer used AI to support some deductions and the like for tax purposes, and it turns out the AI made the cases up. Many such cases, yeah, that can happen. I think the Summa is around 4,000 pages. I forget exactly. It's very long. Yeah, some people think it's long. I think it's actually quite brief. I like that he was very succinct when he wrote it. So shout out to Aquinas. Aquinas wrote it, right? Yeah, of course, because I read it every day, upside down, backwards in Latin. Being a Catholic in Sweden is kind of a nightmare if you want to find a good woman. Oh yeah, not a lot of Catholics in Sweden, huh? In Europe in general, right? That's where Protestantism started. Would you mind telling us what her saint is going to be? I'm always curious about people's saints. She is heavily leaning towards Saint Joan of Arc, which I think is very based. But she's still thinking about it. She hasn't definitively decided, but that's what it seems like it's going to be. And yeah, I think it's a great choice. Sorry, I guess Google says it's 2,900. Still very long. Do you think that God had in his mind that you'd match with her and that's why you two are having this faith/love journey? I do. Yeah. Iron Inquisitor is here. Everybody be nice. Iron Inquisitor is here and he is definitely more buff than you. So be nice to him. And also go check out his channel. That guy's doing awesome stuff, especially on Instagram. His reels are just of impeccable quality. So shout out to Iron Inquisitor. Not that he needs a shout out. I think he's doing quite well. Give enough and you can itemize charitable deductions on your tax return. I don't think that works on YouTube, memberships or super chats. I don't think that counts as a 501c3 contribution. All right, Aunt. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support. God bless. Joan is great. Even Mark Twain loved her. How can you not? See you around, Mr. Frugal. Yeah, change your username to Mr. Frugal. Oh yeah, Joan of Arc is Mr. Lepanto's confirmation saint. That's awesome. Are you coming to California? I think your buddy messaged me on Discord doing a documentary on St. Junipero Serra. Well, I'm already in California, man. I live here. I have no choice. But yes, we are still doing that. And we will be seeing you for that. So if anybody has not yet, check out Mr. Lepanto's YouTube channel and make sure to subscribe because we will be releasing a documentary series on that channel. And the first episode is already out. So go check that out. I'm subscribed, but I don't see membership options. Am I just slow? No, there's a link in the description, or there should be at least, unless I totally messed up. But I'm pretty sure I put a link in the description. So there's 3 links in the description at least. One for memberships, which is, I think, the best way to support the channel. The second is to buy a t-shirt, which is also a great way to support the channel. And then the third is a Discord server invite where you can go and If you're a member of the channel, you can get access to hidden channels in the Discord, and that is also where we will be doing our monthly video chat between me and all of the SWS squad level members every month. So go check that out if you're interested. Iron Inquisitor needs a good haircut. He has a good haircut. I don't know. Maybe I didn't see the latest of Iron Inquisitor's hairstyle, but apparently someone thinks you need a haircut, bro. There's nobody more buff than me except everyone on Earth. Well, with that exception, that may very well be true. I was gonna say this is a long stream, but you're unemployed, so yes, this is actually very short. I'm gonna go for another 6 hours because I got nothing better to do. I'm just kidding. I have a video to edit and another video to record so that next week's videos will be ready. Self-employed, yep. What's the thing of choosing saints? In my country, that doesn't happen. Really? I thought it happened everywhere. You choose a confirmation saint when you get confirmed. The English didn't like Joan, but they were pretty cringe during that time anyway. Though maybe they are still cringe. Yes, they are still cringe. At least, I'm sure, I mean, I know there are some very based folks in the UK, especially because one of them is a member of this channel, so he's obviously very based and very epic and very cool. But as a country, like the government, very cringe. So if they don't like you, then it's probably a sign that you're doing something right. That was hilarious and uncalled for. Yeah, mother-loving Christian. I'm self-employed, okay? I'm YouTube full-time. That's how we're going to think about this. We're going to stay positive. Mr. Lepanto is asking Iron Inquisitor, are you going to the live-action Young Leader Summit? That's a good question. Live-action Young Leader Summit is very cool. You should join channels with Cameron and call yourselves Sipping Christianity. Cameron Bertuzzi of Capturing Christianity. Then go through the list. Shameless Sipping of Christianity. Council of Shameless Sipping of Christianity. Jimmy Akin's Strange Shameless Sipping of Council of Christianity. Sure. I'll look at it again this evening, but I see Discord link and IG such, but nothing that says specific. Well, yeah, you'll see. Let me see in the description. How did I write it? I wrote, join the SWS squad for a free gift. And then there's a link. That is the membership link. In Costa Rica, we choose a friend or a family member that is older and wiser in the faith, so we have someone to rely on when we have doubts about the church and about God. That's kind of the same as here. We have sponsors, and the sponsors, like the person who sees you through your catechism, they make sure you're ready, and they keep in touch with you after your confirmation, obviously. I don't remember choosing a saint for my confirmation. I'll ask my mom. Maybe I did and forgot about it. Spent a good 15 years away from the church. Yeah. OMG, it's our favorite Jim Brevsky. What's good, homeboy? Mother Loving Christian says, full-time? Full-time what? Just because you make great content and have that hair and eyes and those eyes. What was I saying? That's funny. Went and got food, got back, and bro is still streaming. Grind go crazy. Bro, I'm just hanging out. I don't know how much longer I'll be on, but at some point I'm going to have to edit a video and record another video. So might not be for much longer. Welcome back, Mr. President. Yes, I hope you enjoyed your fish fillet, your double fillet of fish. And a Diet Coke. You have to have a Diet Coke. If you're Donald Trump and you're eating lunch, there better be a Diet Coke involved. Finally reached my goal of making Sips and Sarah blush on stream. That is true. Chiefs or Eagles? I don't know. I have no idea. I asked one of my cousins who he's rooting for. He said Eagles. So I said, all right, I'm going to go for Eagles too. Twas a single. A single? Those usually aren't enough for me. If I had to choose a saint, it'll probably be Saint Peter. I'm a hothead as he was, and God helped him to use his fire for good. That is true. Bigly fish sandwich. The Yep, it is the best. Everyone's competing about chicken sandwiches, you know? That was the whole thing back in the day. I think people are sleeping on the fish sandwich game. I don't have a saint for my confirmation. What's a good one for me? I struggle with cursing, and because I'm so handsome, sins of impurity. That is, you might struggle with vanity as well. I'm not sure. Um, Saint Augustine is a good one, but that's a very personal thing. So I wouldn't. Yeah, Jen Doe says Saint Augustine as well. It's a very personal thing. So I wouldn't ever say like you should pick this saint. I would just say Saint Augustine is an option. Is there a saint that has a similar personality as yours, Adrian? I have no idea. Is there some dude that's just like super chill and super epic? If so, then that's probably me. I don't know. And who reads the Summa upside down backwards in Latin? It's probably one of those guys. Saint Jerome was hot-headed as well. He was a great saint too. Nice. Are Funko Pops a waste of money? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 100%. Buy saint statues instead, way cooler. That is very true. Jimmy Aiken said Funko Pops are sinful. Okay, well, it has to be true then. Watching from South Africa. Enjoy your channel. Thanks. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you find some benefit from the channel, even all the way from South Africa. That's awesome. Shout out to South Africa. I'm not sure how Catholicism is doing in South Africa. I think Protestantism has kind of taken over there, so praying for the tides to turn. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to go get to editing this video for next week. If you want to see the video early, you should become a member. Members get early access to videos. There are exclusive videos, like an interview I did with Trent Horn and an interview with my grandparents who are Protestants. And those are only available for members in their full form. So go and check out becoming a member. You also get a free gift if you join at the squad level or higher. Make sure to join the Discord. Links to all of this is in the description. And we also have a shirt if you want to support by buying the merch. My shirt is coming in today. I'll probably post a picture when I get it. But yeah, so those are all the ways you can support. I'm going to be doing YouTube full time for the time being. I'm praying about whether or not this is something that whether or not this is something that God wants me to do full time, or if He wants me to just find another job. So I'm trying both avenues. I'm applying for jobs. I'm doing YouTube full time, and we will see if which one God blesses and which one starts to pick up first. So you'll be seeing a lot more of my face in the near future. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not sure. But if it's bad to you, then this might be a good time for you to just get off the internet. You won't see my face at all. But if that's exciting to you, then cool. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This has been awesome. Thank you to everybody who supported with super chats and everybody who's become a member and who's joined the Discord and all that stuff. I really, really appreciate that. And thanks for just hanging out. This is fun. All right. Cheers, y'all. God bless.